Hey, welcome back. Hope everybody is having a great Tuesday, and thank you so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe or the Masters of the WWE Universe. And today on the channel, guys, I thought it'd be kind of fun to take a look at some of my favorite figures of this very cool, very unique crossover event from 2019 to I think 2022. Unfortunately, this line is now completed and now done, but we did get some really cool figures that I felt like really gave me that Masters of the Universe vibe to these figures here. And I picked out 5 random figures, and today we'll look at 2. And then on Wednesday, hopefully, if I don't get the Wave 14 Goddess and New Eternia Merman, we'll look at the other 3 figures. Now, of course, if you are new to my channel or first time watching, I hope you will subscribe afterwards. I hope everyone hits that like button, and thank you so much for doing that. Hit that notification bell when you know I'm upload new videos, and please share this video who has a passion and a love for collecting all things Masters of the Universe. Without further ado, let's take a look at some of my favorite figures of the Masters of the Universe. And so, like I said, I picked some random figures for the first 2 waves. Of course, I have Triple H here. Of course, I have Faker John Cena. I have Roman Reigns. I have The New Day. And The Undertaker. Alright, now of course this is a line that is now done with, and I am happy to say that I have every piece of figure and play sets in my, I'm 100% complete. It's amazing. I mean, I'm very excited. But today on the channel we'll take a look at Triple H and Faker John Cena today. Alright, starting off with the Triple H here. Here he is, the packaging. Now, every figure in my collection of the Masters of WWE Universe collection is an in-box collector in collection only. I don't have any loose figures. Now, of course, this line started off the Origins line. Came out in 2019. The first time we got Origins type figures. Very cool. Seeing that more articulation of the 5.5 scale figures, and every Origins figure, just like these guys, from the this line to the actually Motu line of the Origins, the Cartoon Collection, the Turtles of Grayskull, you name it. Possibly the Thundercats versions coming up very soon are all 5.5 scale. You can pop the head off, you can pop the arms off, you can mix and match, fully articulated, very cool. And Triple H is probably one of my favorite figures right here, because you have the Master Universe logo here. Triple H, the Evil Skull King of Kings. And in this universe, I guess he's supposed to represent Skeletor. There he is. Great mask right there. Very cool. I like the look of him. Great detail right there of old Triple H. And we did get a second version of Triple H in this universe. Part of the Grayskull ring. Speaking of which, you have the rocks blasting around. The Master of the Universe logo here. And you can see in the background the Grayskull ring. And I always say that I really wish that they would have changed it up a little bit in the box art. As far as, the bad guys should have had that Snake Mountain ring, and the good guys should have had the Grayskull ring post right there. But still, an amazing figure here. Has a 5.5 scale. You can pop the arms off, like I said, the waist. It does come with a collector's booklet, not a comic, but a little couple-page booklet, little storyline, and what's also very cool is that every figure from this whole entire crossover event had their own unique comic book. Okay, it was not like one wave had the same comic like we've seen with Origins, Vintage Origins, Cartoon Collection, and stuff like that. They had their own version of the comic for themselves, which I thought was a nice little touch. But great detail of old Triple H here. Comes with a sledgehammer, looks incredible. Great detail on the tights. I believe, and it also came with a soft good cape, which is another nice detail that I like. You know how I like the soft good fabric, robes, and cloths and capes, which is very rare to see in the Vintage Origins line now. We rarely see that. But I love the detail on the armor there with the spikes. You get the medieval face right there, that giving that Skeletor-esque vibe right there. Very cool, amazing. Back around to the back right here with some beautiful artwork right here of old Triple H right there. I love that look right there. Beautiful artwork, nailing the artwork once again. Mattel, incredible artists over there. I mean, amazing, absolutely amazing. Of course, there's a little glamour shot. You know, there he is right there, across the cross-cell. You got the Warrior, and you got Sting and Finn Balor. I mean, absolutely. And I'm kind of curious, if Pixel Dan, who, that I talk about quite a few times on my channel with that amazing book, that encyclopedia of the figures or of the world of the Master Universe, I'm wondering if they're going to give us a follow-up book showing the Origins line, Masters line, CGI, Turtles Grayskull, and I'm curious if they're going to include this line in that book. If they do make a book, if they do make a book, now let me make that very clear. If they do make a book, I hope they do. I hope they will include this line. This is basically a wrestling line crossover with Master Universe. Now, the one thing I do not like or don't care for is the fact that you don't see any true Masters of the Universe figures in this crossover event. This is pure wrestling figures in more Eternia-esque gear, like Triple H and of course John Cena, and but you don't actually see He-Man in this universe. You don't actually see Teela or Man at Arms in this crossover event, which I think is kind of a letdown. So this is more of like a superstar wrestling superstars collectors dream come true. Okay, but as far as Master Universe fans, fortunately they didn't really hit the mark when it came to that. Okay, but this is still a great line. Of course, that led to this line. Also, give it credit. It did give us, move on. It would give us the Motu Origins line, which led to many crossover events. Of course, the Cartoon Collection, the Turtles Grayskull line, and now the Thundercats line coming in 2025, and so forth. And and who knows how far he's going to take us. So right here is basically the Godfather in a way of the Origins line, like I've said this before in these reviews. And of course, if you are a pure wrestling collector, it did lead us to the Superstars Pure Wrestling Origins line. So what you got here is the very first Origins base line for us collectors, which is amazing, absolutely amazing. But I just wish in this universe they would have given us actual real Masters of the Universe figures in this crossover event. Like He-Man, like Skeletor, having Triple H teaming up with Skeletor to take down He-Man and Hulk Hogan, I think that would have been a perfect thing to me, personally. But still, this is still a fun line. Triple H looks absolutely, and one of my personal favorites of Wave 1 here. He looks great. Amazing. All right, very, very good. Because the one thing I will say about this universe in this line is I could never really tell who is supposed to be the real good guy. Who is supposed to be playing kind of like He-Man in this universe? Is it the Ultimate Warrior? Is it John Cena? Is it The Rock? I don't really know. That's the one confusing thing about this crossover event, is that I don't know if Rock is supposed to be like a pre-Eternia, He-Man here, like a Savage He-Man, like a Wondar-esque figure here, But clearly, like you can see, like Sting right here has that Clawful-esque like pincher right there in his hand. So, to me, I really wish they would have given us real vintage He-Man figures in wrestling gear, or as fans, or something like that. Something different, a different take on He-Man in this universe, but they fortunately did not. And I think that, to me, is a major letdown, but it's still a great line. Don't get me wrong, this is still a great line to collect. Like I said, it led to many great lines for us Origins collectors, like all the Motu line figures and so forth. I mean, great detail here, right there. Well, Triple H right there. All right. And moving on to my final figure of today, we're going to look at Faker John Cena. I think this is probably one of the coolest versions right here. Of course, you get the Master of the Universe logo. You have Faker John Cena, the evil robot of the Skull King. And there's old John right there. Looks very cool. Of course, we did get a second version of John, just like Triple H. Triple H, the second variant of Triple H, with that Grayskull ring, is the kind of like a Terror Claw version of him. But we did get a normal version of John Cena, and that's why I kind of question it, because of who is supposed to be He-Man in this universe. Because if this is Faker John Cena in his normal version, I guess that's supposed to be He-Man. But then we get Hulk Hogan, we get the Warrior, we got the Rock, and so forth. So I mean, maybe it's something like maybe every version of these figures could be He-Man, I guess. But this is right here. It's probably one of the coolest versions of John Cena here. He's got the bluest tint of Faker, But what's cool about this version, like you can see, it's like more of a see-through, translucent plastic. Because yeah, as you know, we can't see John Cena, and I like that. I think that's very cool. Looks amazing right there with his boot, see-through, like he's got his little boots right there, shoes right there. Comes with his own version of the comic for himself. Stands back in front of the Grayskull ring. Very, very cool. I mean, awesome take. And of course, if you do have this loose version, you can use this. This is one of those versions where I can think about that you can use for that. The Hordak. I think that'd be perfect actually. If I could find a second one of them, I might get a second version of this, and use the hands and arms, or at least the hands and the body right here. As that in the Turtles Grayskull, the Hordak we just got, giving him that more of that translucent vibe. Like I thought it'd be kind of cool to have with Hordak there. Do that. I mean, like any version of these figures, you can mix and match. You can pop the head off, the arms off. You can come up with some very cool, unique versions. If you want to have a translucent Faker, I mean, you can do whatever you want, guys. It's up to your imagination. Very, very cool. Comes with, what does he come with? Okay, it comes with a the Spikor red spike right there. Let's flip around to the back right here. And there's a nice glamour shot of old John Cena right there. You can see, like Faker, it does come with that sticker, like that classic sticker on Faker. There's old John right there. There's Triple H right there. Very cool of John Cena right there. Of course, the crossover of this line right here with Rey Mysterio, it's one of the variants of Stratos. You have Battle Armored Macho Man, and of course you got Roman, which we'll look at tomorrow, hopefully. It's got that more of that Fisto vibe right there with these. This is his Shield variant look to him right there, but very cool, very cool. I'm happy to have this in my collection. This is probably one of the better, figures of the WWE universe right here. Very cool. I love the detail, the cleverness of it, being a see-through bluish tint or see-through plastic for this Faker looking at. It would be kind of cool if he had orange hair, not black hair, but still very, very cool. Amazing. I can show you the artwork right there. But yeah, so I might think about getting, and I found these if you are new to the channel, I found these like roughly very easily to collect. At first, I was not going to collect this line. I was going to be more of a Motu collector. But as I was collecting and stuff like that, and I noticed some of these figures like John here and all these rest, I like the idea. Some of these figures are very clever, and I thought it was really cool. And so I went online, and I found these at a great deal. A lot of sellers were giving them away basically. And before I knew it, I had the entire single carded figures in my collection. It was, it was like a snap like that. It was like sellers were giving me great discounts, like 35% off, 40% off. I mean, and this line, just ended abruptly. It just ended after so many waves, and, it could have gone longer to me. This could have gone a few waves more, but unfortunately it did not. But that's fine. But still, what we got is amazing, and John here is, one of those really great figures right there. So let me know in the comments below if you did collect this line. If you did, do you have any particular favorite figures in your collection, or did you? This was a pass, you're more of a Motu fan, or are you a pure wrestling fan? So let me know. All right. But there you go, guys. There's a look at some of my favorite for now, favorite figures, right, in the Master of the Universe, all right? Of course, tomorrow we'll look at the rest of them, right there, all right? Of course, I'd like to take the time now to always thank my subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to hit that notification bell when I upload new videos. And a couple things, I will be I will be not in my particular spot or where I review my figures. I'll be back at another spot, another familiar spot on the next couple of days. So we might be doing some reviews there. I might still be able to come back here, but I'm house sitting for some family. And so I might be able to come back, here and there to review, these amazing figures with you guys or over at their place. And I've done it before with my original Hordak review and my April O'Neil original review. Not the unboxing, but my first versions of those reviews. All right. So stay tuned. Of course, don't forget on Wednesday morning, the new Demo Man Origins figure is going to be up for pre-order at MattelCreations.com, up to 3 per collector. Okay, and I did read about Demo Man being the very first versions of Skeletor that Mattel was creating for us. That's why he has a Skeletor-esque head sculpt with him. So I did read up, and I did figure out what Demo Man is all about, and hopefully I'll be getting at least one in my collection, hopefully. All right, and I hope you guys will be able to get that figure too in your collection, your awesome, amazing collection. All right, so hope everybody has a great Tuesday, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Take care, and have a good one, everybody.